It is day 20th of the self-quarantine today here in Los Angeles. And earlier today, I went to the Superior Grocers Market to get some few needed supplies that I needed. And I was noticing immediately once walking inside the store, there was already a sign saying respect social distancing, 6 feet apart. And then when I was looking on the floor, I also saw another sign of social distancing, 6 feet apart. And they were measuring people to remind people every single time how far apart you have to be with one another. And by the time it was my turn, to pay for my groceries, I noticed that there was a big plastic barrier, clear barrier between me and the cashier. And right at the bottom of that barrier, in the middle, there was this small little hole that had the cash card ATM area. So if you wanted to pay by card, you can put it right there, or pay by cash. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to help the cashiers any type of protection that they can if they don't have any type of protective facial protection. So this is a shield that protects them from coughs, from sneezing, and any other types of things that could fly off from us to them. And so far, that's the only store that I've seen that type of practice of having that plastic barrier, but we might see it in other stores as well. And after I went there, I went to the bank to do some payments, and I noticed that right outside the sign, it said that they adjusted their hours and also the number of people allowed inside. So they were also putting tape outside of the bank, basically showing you have to be 6 feet apart. And when it was your turn, you were to be called inside the bank, and they were only allowing 3 people at a time because they want to minimize too many people in one single space. So that was very interesting to see so far, but pretty soon that's going to be the new norm for now here in Los Angeles. And speaking about Los Angeles, so far the coronavirus cases is still going up steadily, and also the deaths, but not too much. Not as much as we're seeing the rest of the United States. Here in the United States, it's over 200,000 cases and about 5,000 deaths so far today. But more is to be expected because they kept saying that April is going to be one of the deadliest months. So we'll see how that happens, but hopefully, we're taking all the necessary precautions to make sure that, we stay protected, we know what to do, and we have to wear our facial masks for extra protection as well. Something interesting that happened later this afternoon, when I was basically in my room, reading my book, there was a loudspeaker in a truck, going around, and when I got out to see what it was a pizza truck promoting pizzas that they were selling that was hot and ready. And that was interesting. So that got my attention, and I was hungry as well. And when I went out, I asked them, are you selling pizzas? I was like, yeah, hot and ready. And they were actually selling in a good price. I got a large cheese pizza for like $5, which was a steal. And there were 2 people that were actually handling the operation. One was handling the pizzas while the other was handling the money, and they were both wearing gloves, and they had also face protection. So they were doing everything possible to make sure that my experience was good and safe during this COVID-19 pandemic. And I also learned that they had like a little small, pizza restaurant in Los Angeles, and because of the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of restaurants have taken a hit, and a lot of people are not going there. And they thought, what? Why don't we go to our customers, kind of spread around, go around selling pizzas. We make the pizzas, pre-make them, put them in a nice heated cover in the back of the truck to stay warm, and then we sell them all around. I think that was a good job, and I can't wait for them to come back again. And lastly, I just want to say to everyone, we're all in this together. We're all trying our best. to make sure that we fight and survive this pandemic, and that nothing has changed. We're still trying to survive. We are still fighting. So everyone, make sure you be safe, you be smart, be strong, and have faith.